Hey, this is Johnny Lozoya at the Las Vegas Super Show, and you're not going to believe I had the opportunity to run into the Dukes Car Club Mother Chapter, the original chapter of the Dukes Car Club, who worked with Lowrider magazine since 1977, 78, 79. Thank you so much for giving us your time here today. And I want to share the fact that the Dukes Car Club helped Sonny Madrid, Lowrider magazine, to navigate the lowrider movement in Southern California. After moving in from San Jose, California, the Dukes showed us the way to LA. Thank you so much for doing that. We have Julio Reolas, Fernando, Babu, we had Oscar, we had Renee that helped us, and many, many more, and all the Dukes OG members. Tell me about what you remember back in those days.
You know, the founding fathers, Julio, Fernando, known as the godfathers of lowriding, they're the ones that put the art club in the map, and that's who their legacy still follows on, and that's who we're following their footsteps to make sure that the true tradition of lowriding sticks to what the real old school is. Stay original, it's family oriented, stay true to the streets. All this show stuff is great, but what you do as a person out on the streets is what counts.
Now, you know, you mentioned the streets. This happened in the backyards of these folks back in the days. South Central was where you guys were based out of. I remember going to the market. I remember a lot of the things. But one thing I do want to share with you, I learned about classic cars from the Reolas brothers and the Dukes Car Club. I was riding and I was taking pictures of cars, but until I got to that point of actually learning what a ivory steering wheel knob was all about, what the Laker prism was all about. Tell me about that stuff.
Well, you know, there's a lot of equipment that goes into these things, a lot of original stuff. There's a lot of original equipment that goes into these things. Trying to find parts for older cars like Buicks and beyond Chevys has been a challenge for me. Gotta always be looking, but being with the Dukes, we do a networking of helping each other get their parts, their cars running, so it's been exciting.
You know, the Dukes, the Reolas brothers, and all the extended members, they were so kind actually to me, because they knew what I was doing, but they didn't know that I didn't know. So they taught me. They taught me about pull gear. They taught me about make sure the door handle was straight, right? And all that stuff, right?
Julio Fernando was strictest to, if you have a car, have it right. Don't Mickey Mouse it. If it takes that extra hour to do it or that extra dollar, do it right, do it safe. As a matter of fact, we got one of Fernando's cars in here, we call it Big Fern, it's a 1938 Buick. If you look at it, it's true to what Fernando used to teach us, it's right, era correct, and it looks clean. 40 years later, still looking clean.
You know, another one of the Reolas brothers that I didn't mention was Ernie. Ernie had a Concord Elegance type car, the Packard. He introduced the Packard to the lowrider community. Tell me about that.
Well, you know, Ernie's been a collector of different cars, the Jaguars, the Packards. He's got a beautiful 41 convertible. Rarely brings them out. He's getting up in age, but he does have a nice collection.
I really got to thank the Dukes Car Club for allowing me to learn about real classic cars. If it wasn't for them, I would have been going 90 miles an hour instead of taking time to respect the work that you guys do to make sure the door handles are straight, right? And I'll never forget that, because Julio would tell me about that, and I really appreciated the fact that that was my Harvard degree in working with the Dukes. Thank you so much. Let's go out and see what else is going on in the car show. Hey, what's going on? We're here at the Lowrider Super Show in Las Vegas with the world famous Gloria Reolas. Now, if you don't know Gloria, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is the wife of Fernando. Fernando was the driving force behind the Dukes Car Club in Los Angeles, who set the pace for classic cars and custom classics.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Fernando banging the drum, these cars wouldn't exist.
super